Do you work with hoarders? This is a question I get asked a lot when I tell someone that my full-time job is working as a professional organizer. In today's video, I'm answering that question. I'll also explain where my boundaries lie professionally when working with this population and what you need to know if you plan to work with hoarders as a professional organizer. Hi, I'm professional organizer Katherine Lawrence. I help you live a life with less clutter so you can have space for the things that truly matter. Can you or should you add working with hoarders to your list of services as a professional organizer? First, let's look at the definition of hoarding and how it impacts someone's life. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to show you a bunch of horrific photos. We're just going to review the specific symptoms of someone with HD, also known as hoarding disorder. They have a problem with throwing out or giving away possessions regardless of their actual value. The problems are due to a perceived need to save items, and there is distress linked with parting with them. And the items in their homes block and clutter the active spaces to a point where they cannot be used. So you can understand why someone would think of hiring a professional organizer or decluttering expert to assist with someone with HD. Which leads back to the question of, do I work with clients diagnosed with hoarding disorder? And my answer is sort of, so let me explain. I have a decluttering service called Post-Hoarding Clear-Out that I provide for spouses and family members of people who did hoard items in their home, but it's rare that I work directly with someone who is actively hoarding. And the reason I do not typically work with an active hoarder is it's a mental health issue. And there's nothing I can do to fix someone with this disorder. My process is more effective when I work with people who make good decisions about the things that they can let go of as part of a decluttering and downsizing process. Working directly with someone diagnosed with HD or showing hoarding tendency may be a waste of their money and my time. That is why I call the service I provide post-hoarding clear-out, meaning that I work with family members after the hoarder has moved to another location, or in some cases they've passed away and it's someone else's responsibility to clear out the space. My client has a legal right to dispose of the property. They are the parent, adult child, widow, or heir. And it's important that you make this distinction because you never want to dispose of someone's property without their permission. But in these cases, the property is inherited or considered abandoned. I can use my skills in project management and my safety training to provide a confidential and ethical service. I am insured, and I have a good working relationship with haulers and movers in my community. I am the queen of quick sorting, and I know eco-friendly ways to dispose of things and determine if the items have monetary or sentimental value. If these are your strengths as well, you may consider adding this service to your professional organizing business. Now, of course, like me, you'll want to set some professional boundaries. I want to show you a great resource, which is the ICD website. And ICD stands for the Institute for Challenging Disorganization. If you're not familiar with them, you definitely want to check out their website and the resources that they have available. One of the resources I love, it's called the Clutter Hoarding Scale. And the Clutter Hoarding Scale is an assessment tool that gives professional organizers definitive parameters related to health and safety. This is an amazing diagnostic tool. It ranks spaces on a scale of 1 to 5 based on how clutter is affecting the functionality and safety of the home. I personally do not work in any space that would be considered condemned or contain biohazards like mold or bodily fluids, heavy smoke, chemicals, or pest contamination. I do not work in any space where there has ever been any kind of animal hoarding. There are companies that have the proper supplies and protection to work in these kinds of spaces. Interestingly, they are sometimes the same companies that provide crime scene cleanup, just to give you an idea of their level of knowledge and expertise. You may work in an environment where you need a cleanup crew to come in first to eliminate some of those hazards, and then you can come in later as a professional organizer to assist your client in clearing out the space. If you are interested in working with clients with HD or supporting family members, it is important to know what environments you feel safe in emotionally and physically, and can provide a professional service. Sometimes the most professional thing you can do is refer business to another company when the clutter is just too much. The Clutter Hoarding Scale and other resources from ICD can help. And if you do plan to work directly with clients who are actively hoarding, you'll want to have a good working relationship with a mental health professional in your area who services patients with HD, an understanding of your local zoning and disposal laws, and get training in the brain-based challenges that lead to extreme clutter. If you are new to professional organizing or have an interest in this field, check out my Introduction to Professional Organizing course, and I'll put a link to my school in the description of this video. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on downsizing, decluttering, and the business of organizing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.